Hello guys, it is Hartwigga here, and today we are back for another episode here on F1 2020. We are back in the My Team career mode for episode number 5. I think it's the Dutch Grand Prix, the first time we're ever going to the Netherlands at Zandvoort, such a historical circuit. But we're here on the R&D tree looking for some upgrades we can do. We've got over 1,000 R&D points, so we're just shy of some major upgrades to the chassis and aero side. I mean, the engine looks good compared to our other Renault users. So, yeah, no, we're looking pretty good. The durability not upgraded at all. But yeah, you see, we're starting to make some good progress in the R&D now. Starting to really chug along. We just advance through the weekend. We get a, I think that's a chassis upgrade. Let's go to the interview with Will Buxton.
Here we are in the HQ of our newest Formula One team. We've got an awful lot to talk about, so let's jump straight in. Let's talk about your new second driver. How are they settling in?
So they're settling in pretty well, honestly. Antoine's doing really well.
Would it be safe to say that in terms of team orders, your career comes first in your team?
I've seen this question come up quite a bit in a lot of other people's my career, and it has come up quite a bit in mine. But definitely not, it's for the team.
Will your team be going for the Constructors' Championship this season, or just for points?
Now, this is interesting. I wanted to really just, still keep humble.
Do you see your relationship with your second driver being long-term, or will you be looking for someone else if you're successful?
This is an awkward question because I would like to look at some other drivers for future seasons, but yeah.
You've been struggling to get points this season. What are the key areas of improvement you need to make to the team?
Yeah, I think the power unit's probably the big one.
Well, thanks so much as ever for your time. It's hugely appreciated.
So here we are in qualifying for the first time here ever at the Dutch Grand Prix. I actually quite like the circuit. I think it's actually quite a nice circuit to just to drive on. So I'll be looking forward to this one. Now we're just gonna wait around a bit. We'll process what we had in that interview. I definitely wanted to look at future drivers, some maybe more experienced drivers in the future, but we're going to definitely keep Hubert on for the rest of the season, I can tell you that for sure. Anyway, late in the session, on for our third lap. I think this is a fresh set of tyres as well. Nice punchy exit out of turn 1 into turn 2, 3, and I think this is the fourth one. You can really get a good drive off here, I think, compared to the AI. Yeah, when you nail it. But yeah, through the lap so far, looks nice. P17 we're in. Just chuck it right in. Try to use all the exit curb you can. We just slightly missed the apex there, but it's not too bad. We go a bit wide. Usually you want to really just take a nice consistent line, but we go a bit wider there. A bit deeper in the corner. Try to get a better exit. Really ride that curb. Got to make sure you get the exit, the power down nicely, or you could get into those curbs there, and it really unsettles the car. Use all the exit curb here, and then just hug the inside as much as you can through the banked final corner, and across the line we go. We are in P19 only. Bit disappointing, to be honest, P19. But as you see, that's probably where the car is. Hubert hit 20. Let's get into the race.
It was 35 years ago that the late great Niki Lauda took his 25th and final Grand Prix win here at Zandvoort. He came from 10th on the grid to beat his McLaren teammate Alain Prost by just 0.2 of a second. Well, Zandvoort is a very different circuit today, of course, but still one with an incredible legacy. And we're going to add to that. Welcome along to the 2020 Dutch Grand Prix. Zandvoort Circuit then, 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left, with plenty of steep camber and elevation changes to keep our drivers on their toes throughout the 2.6 mile lap. And watch out for cars making use of the DRS zone into turn 1 to try and overtake. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Let's talk about skip. As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. So it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be. It's about effective damage limitation.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Max Verstappen and Albon, Sainz, Perez, Ricciardo and Lance Stroll, Ocon, Kvyat, Pierre Gasly and Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Russell, Lando Norris and Skip. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Hubert, Grosjean, Latifi and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track and get this Grand Prix underway.
So we line up on the grid here. We've actually taken some grid penalties, I thought, in the end. So we're on the grid, starting in last position. Here to 5, a red light to the Dutch Grand Prix. And away we go for the first time ever here in the Netherlands. And it's a good start, I think, from us. We're actually side by side with the Haas of Kevin Magnussen. I think the Williams are aggressive up the inside. We go up the inside of Magnussen too. But as you'll see, we actually get an illegal overtake somehow. So we have to give the position back to Magnussen. Cheaply go back up the inside and around the outside. We go around the outside of 1, 2. If we go around the outside of Latifi to make it 3, no we can't. We get forced out, but Russell does 2 by Latifi. So we now get up the inside of George Russell. We should hold the line. He's going to probably get a better engine than us though. So could he outdrag us? No, we hold the line well. Latifi in P18 now. He's the next car we need to chase. Another great line through there. What can Russell do? I think Russell will be looking dangerous here. We just need to try to find something here on Latifi. We do. A bit later that lap into the late braking zone. Up the inside of Giovinazzi too, on the mediums as well as us. So we're going for one stop as well as Giovinazzi. Lose the back end a bit there and actually force Giovinazzi a bit. We push him a bit across the circuit there, so our fault there. But anyway, we're in P17, so we've gained 5 positions on the opening lap, and Norris is the next car ahead. We will have plenty of straps with him, you'll see. But looking for this outside manoeuvre is really working well, I think, for us so far. And look at that. That is it's a great move on Lando Norris on lap 4. So it took us a couple of laps to get there. But he's got us back, though, with the power of that McLaren car. We now try again on lap 5. The next lap, what can we do? We'll make a bit of contact, but we're going a bit later, a bit deeper. Bit better line. He's not as far ahead, so we get it done pretty cleanly there. Alexander Albon. This is a weird incident for the Red Bull. We just lose the back end there. And you see the next lap, yellow flags, you'll see Daniel Ricciardo's done the same.
They seem to have an issue.
Check out if someone has an issue. I hope it's not Hubert. Anyway, lose the back end. Norris now can go up the inside and get us back here on lap 7. But can we go up the inside? Yeah, we do. We really lunge it late. Just ballsy move, that is. And we're going to go side by side with Norris. Lucky not to touch there. It's aggressive from both of us. But I think we could get the position back here. No, Norris is there. He's up the inside. We want to give away position. No, we're hanging it in. No. Norris gets it there, but can we get him back here? DRS. We actually go a bit late on the brakes. We have to just do something to avoid running into the back of Lando Norris there, and we're behind him yet again on lap 7. It's been a ding-dong battle so far with Lando Norris. Now through the banked final corner here at Zandvoort. Can we catch on Lando Norris? We have the DRS, overtake, Dynamic still. So around the outside at turn 1 here on Lando Norris for P14. We've got the move done. We now caught up to Hubert. I think a lap or two later. And up the inside, it's pretty easy. Hubert doesn't fight too much, being our teammate. We're running our own race here. But 6 laps later, we're into the pits for the medium tyres. I'm going to go onto the hards to the end here. So a 20 lap stint on the hards, it looks like. So to Giovinazzi, who's actually kept behind us quite well, I will say. Into the pits, it looks like a good stop for the team. It is 2 seconds. That's a really good stop. Can we get out still ahead of Hubert and Norris? Well, there they are. You can see the name tags. No, we don't. So they've got the undercut on us. We understeer wide. A warning for crossing the white line. And then I think the next lap, yep. Look on Norris. Can't get it done. Look on Norris again. Just can't get it done. Held up behind Hubert he is. Norris again. Can't get it done on him. We're really just getting held up behind Lando Norris. Just again can't get it done. It seems like the story of these last couple laps, but now right in the back of him, and Hubert's slow. Hubert is slow. Norris looks to go to the inside. Well, yeah, he will get it. We get boxed out a little bit there. And Norris and Hubert going side by side. Hubert will have the inside now. We go wide. We try to take the inside line. We do on Norris. Bit of wheel bagging, and he's just on the curb, just loses all traction and momentum there for him. So we're into P14. I'm going to overtake Hubert once again at the very next lap. So our tyres will come into it better near the end of the race. Will be a couple laps fresher tyres, and you can see now the colour signs up ahead. He's got an engine issue. That's a big engine issue for the Spaniard. And the Racing Point's got hurt behind. I think it's Stroll and safety car. Interesting. Tempted to pit, maybe. Tempted to pit, but and then I decided not to. No one else did, and we got not a great restart there on Raikkonen for P12. Up the inside, we might go yellow flag, so we have to hold green flag. There we go. So we've been halted by that yellow flag. Couldn't overtake him. Then the lap car's getting in the way. We go up the inside of Raikkonen, and it turns to the outside now of Daniel Kvyat. Can we get it done on Daniel? No, we can't. But now the overtake, we're going to squirt the overtake button. Can we get him? No, we can't. P11 it is right now, but we've got fresher tyres in the rest still. So what can we do? Next lap, we're using everything we can here. On the outside of Daniel Kvyat. Can we go around the outside the long way around? Yes, we can. That's a great move for us there. Into P10 points. And you can just see this again. This was a great move. Seriously, I just went clean around the outside. Happy about that one. But a couple laps later, we're catching up to Esteban Ocon. We've got the speed now. The tyres are really coming into play. And the car feels so nice on these hard tyres, surprisingly. And the others just don't seem to be feeling the same thing. And can we get the move on Esteban Ocon? We actually do get a really good exit from Ocon. Here's a bit of a mistake here, and you can see we're battling now up this kind of hill bit down. We get around the outside. We're gonna hang it around right on the curve there. And we flick it through. We're actually ahead of Ocon. Now the 2 Racing Points are fighting. This is for P7 potentially. Gasly up ahead. We can't catch the Alpha Tower of him, but there's dying state. 2 laps left. We can catch these 2. And we actually go to the inside of Stroll, do we? Sorry, it's Perez. Up the inside of Sergio Perez. We get the move done again at turn 4. We are just loving turn 4 right now. Go for Stroll in the last lap. The first corner at the last lap. We've got Stroll. But Stroll does on the inside. No, we've touched. Oh, we've hit Perez too. We've hit Perez. Damage done, and that's that race. Luckily, still in P9. A pretty good race. Just soured. A bit bittered at the end there. But nonetheless, a very good race for us here in P9. For P22. Great race, guys. Well done.
Yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Yeah, we really did, and really good. Safety car helped us a lot there to get the points, but I think the strategy was a really good one, and the car felt really nice during the race. So, yeah, we did gain a lot of positions. Yeah, no, I was really happy. Actually, had quite a good slingshot the final corner. I'm actually a bit gobsmacked still, you know.
Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
I mean, yeah, considering it's my team, I'm pretty happy with how I'm performing, but yeah.
Do you have any comments about the collisions?
Yeah, we did have a bit of wheel banging. Nothing too. Oh, I mean, I guess talking about Stroll like as well, wasn't it? Yeah.
Great. Well, that's everything.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Today's performance means Max Verstappen now owns the top spot in the Drivers' Championship. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for Driver of the Day?
I have to give it to Skip. They did a great job at getting the most out of their tyres without losing pace, something that's a very handy skill to have in modern-day Formula One.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. Meanwhile, good work from Racing Point this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So, yeah. P9 in the end. Could have been P7, but oh well. That's how things go sometimes in Formula 1. Mercedes won too. Bottas extends in the championship, I'm fairly sure. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I'm going to try to upload more regularly and more serious. There's upcoming things coming up. I hope you guys stay tuned for that. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, post notifications on. Goodbye.